Hello and welcome. It is the 15th day of October 2019. My name is Derek. All bets trades of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. I'm not going to say much. Just what I think is going to happen within Theta. I think it's going to go up. I mean, whether it does or not, I don't know. It's up right now, so I'm looking at it. I didn't predict that was going to happen, but I really do need this to have a nice break above 11. It's at an interesting spot because nice little breakout. I'll be able to have some nice trades coming towards my level, but on the daily chart, it's just been really not doing too much in this last little run here. Having a couple spots, this being the second on the breakout side to break out or break down. There was two breakdown spots in here, and now we're on the second breakout attempt here. We'll see if it does or not. Again, I hope it does because I wouldn't mind selling some for other coins. Now on to Litecoin, which something I wouldn't mind either. This is what I hope less. Either way, what the market does is that it goes down a bit. Not much, just a bit. Even down to just the 61 handle would be give me some good trades. But even 64. But it's at a spot now where, I mean, the closest I have is if it moves a couple, 3% better against Theta. And that's Theta's close percentage on the other end too. But I've been trying everything to make this market go up. And I've only tried one thing. That's just all I can think of. And that is when I had a bunch of Litecoin a couple, 3 days ago on Binance, I just withdrew it to my hardware wallet. And you're like, well, why would that make it go up? And I mean, it's just, I'm not superstitious. And I think it's superstitious to be superstitious. However, it seems whenever I have a bunch of coins on Binance, I'm like, you know what, I got so many of this one, I should probably withdraw it to my wallet. Then I do. The next thing you know, it starts rallying. Then I have to withdraw it back, but that never happened. And now I'm just hoping to accumulate a bunch more because a lot of my crosslings against Litecoin, because this what Litecoin was, what it's been doing. Well, they're not going up. A lot of other altcoins are doing pretty good. As I look at my one of my spreadsheets that has how the market has been from a particular point. And since July 7th, it was already bad as it was at this point anyway. And coins against Bitcoin and you against Bitcoin and the dollar not doing so well. However, Theta up 5% against Bitcoin and Ripple up 2% since July the 7th. And since September the 30th, pretty much for the month, a lot of these are doing pretty good. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin Cash is barely down. Ethereum Classic barely down. I mean, this one really doesn't count. But we got 12% up for Raven. Skycoin's up 75. That's just crazy. But it's also down 45%, or rather, excuse me, because I'm comparing Bitcoin. It's also down 25%, and it was down a lot more then on July the 7th. And then we got a bunch of these other ones that are up here, and just more greens lately. And, well, whatever happens, happens. But if what would I rather have? I mentioned, well, if Litecoin goes down something small like 3 to 7 or 8%, what I'd rather have happen is that it just stays in this range or barely goes up and the other coins go up big, and I'll sell those going up for coins not going, just going sideways. Sometimes I'll sell coins going sideways for others going down, and well, that's just because of how the ratios will transpire. And there's always big moves we can see in here, like going from here to here. Intraday, in 1 minute, there was a big minute. Let's take a look at what the current 1 minute looks like, and it's doing its thing. Failed breakout. Now it's support. We've had this level of support this morning around all sixes. Not really. 6679, 6678. Even, yeah, six. That's a better number. 66, 78, 79, and as low as 6673 ish to 76. But now it's went to 64. However, it wasn't an uptrend earlier, so we're filling some of this empty space. But beforehand, this is 1 minute. Market fell down 3.8%. It's just what it is. Why? I don't know. It's still just not that big of a move when you think about it. I mean, if the stock market were to lose, or any stock, and any just given minute were to lose like 3.8% like that, oh, it's an interesting story. And that means on the cross between Litecoin and Theta, we have this big low, or whatever you want to call it, just where the key low is, barely below 300, but firmly near the low 300s, if you were the quick on any of these two moments. But realistically, under 350 was easy to get. And then steadily, very secure, getting 1100. Then down to 550, and it hasn't been as volatile. But what do we see now? Looks like we're leaving the 18 lows. We'll see if it's able to have a move, significant. And I can try to predict this, but I'm not going to act now on the prediction. If it goes down, I'm going to ratio trade. If it's wrong and it goes back up, I'm going to ratio trade. So that's it for cryptos. I'm going to move on to sports. Earlier today, one of the statistics I was looking at for hockey, and this is what all the scores looked like last year. Mm. This means a lot to me. This probably doesn't mean much for most people. And the results for this make me drool as far as, oh my goodness, can I actually, if they are like this, both regular season and playoffs, this could be fun. As I just enjoy taking practically nothing, which is two figures, and low three figures even, but generally even two figures, and this is a two figure, and turning it into, well, at least four. But I kind of want to do five on this, and I think mathematically that could be available. We'll see if it could happen. Now, the other one is player propositions, and we're going to go over player props. I'm also going to take a look at the next week's games. I'm going to do something I've never done on video, and that I usually never do on a Tuesday, and that is handicap what I think the spreads should be without even looking at either look ahead lines or what the lines are now. Normally I do that Sunday. I'll just, okay, look at the games next week, make the spreads, because I've already watched most of the games. I'll do that usually around 7:30 p.m. Eastern. But I didn't do that then, and I didn't do it yesterday. I haven't even looked at the spreads, so I'm going to do that after this. But so far this season, 6-4 plus 1.45. My bankroll that I'm starting this with is up not much. It's up 12%. And these are losers, by the way. I thought I had a horrible week. I looked at I didn't even. I logged down to CloudBet for the first time since like Sunday morning. And I thought I lost every game from Sunday Night Football on. But actually, this Johnson over 12.5 long actually won. I was like, oh, wow. I looked at my balance. I'm like, wow, I thought I was like going to be barely down. I'm actually barely up. Okay, I'll take it. And then I looked at the result there. Um, Tonight, on Thursday night, this is just unfortunate. I'm hoping some more odds come out. But there's one that I'm looking is eyeing on a tight end on Denver that I've never heard of. Possible over totals, but it's going to be hard to get me on it. I wanted to bet Mahomes under interceptions again this week because he actually threw one last week. Good thing because I didn't like the odds for it. I also thought Houston's defense was pretty okay. It's a tough one. Denver's got 5 interceptions in the last two games, and they're playing Kansas City on Thursday night. Although I got to check the home team there. Home team should have an advantage. Um, with that being said, I'm kind of scared to go under the total of his receptions. Also, he's got 312 and a half receiving yards for Patrick Mahomes, and I think that's a decent under. Denver's been stingy against the pass, but 312 is also a low number for Patrick Mahomes, so I'm kind of stingy on taking it. So these are my results so far. So what I want to do now is I want to go to look at some of the games for this week, see what the spread should be. So Denver's at home. I might consider the under on the Patrick Mahomes receiving yards at 312. So anyway, let's go ahead and I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to move it so we can see the spreads that way and put it this way. This is what I think the spread should be. I haven't looked. So KC's at Denver. Denver's playing a bit better, not really. I mean, they got those interceptions, and Patrick Mahomes has struggled the last couple of games. Almost the playbook's out on him how to beat him a little bit. At least For now, it's a battle of the playbooks because whenever analysts go out and say, and they say this all the time, and I say the same thing back all the time, and analysts will say, "Oh, after a rookie is in after 1 year or one game, oh, the footage is out, everyone's gonna see it." Yeah, but also we got the rookie quarterback, the young guy or whatever player we're looking at, whom is also looking at footage of himself and other players too. That it works both ways. But what's going to have to happen is Patrick Mahomes going to have to do just that. Look at the footage. So I don't know how he's going to react to that part. Kansas City should still be favored. So we're going to go KC. We'll go minus. I'm not going to do totals. It's really hard to get them over that touchdown number. I'm going to have to think they should be about 7. Okay, Oakland is in Green Bay. Green Bay coming off a win last night. Oakland is really not that good. And they're at home. So I'm going to have to put them at, I got to think they're in the double digit realm, but not by much. Maybe about 11. That is a far superior team. And I'm going to have to think after having struggling against Detroit last night and barely pulling off a win that they're going to get their act together, I think, too. I might think that you have to go a little higher on that. Washington is hosting San Francisco. Washington didn't do the greatest against Miami, and Miami didn't play that good. San Francisco, I think, should be double. They're a team. I think this is where. I mean, do I give them a 10-point realist spread? Yeah, I think I do. Washington's garbage this year. They're not as bad as Miami, but they're garbage. Los Angeles Rams are into Atlanta, another road favorite, but not by much. Atlanta's not as bad, and I'm so down on Los Angeles. I'm gonna have to go 3.5 on that. Oh my goodness, that's a big spread, Miami Buffalo. I really got to, and I don't know if I would take 17.5 on Miami either. So Jacksonville's in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a garbage team. I've had this type of game come up a lot. I mean, Jacksonville's a little bit better, and they're on the road, so I have to. And if Oakland Green Bay's not, I'm gonna say if there's a London game, I mean, there's already been 2. I haven't checked any neutral site type of stuff. Okay, so next up we got Arizona against the New York Football Giants. Giants, I think, are a better team. I got to go over that 4 number just because of it. If it's a game that's like totally even ranked and like, there's a home team, I'm gonna make the home team somewhere near the 3 number. But I got the Giants as a bit better of a team, and the Arizona's pretty garbage actually. Let's go even another number higher. Giants are garbage too, but not really. They're coming off a Thursday night game too. Well, that's like a half bye week. I'm gonna have to even give it another number just for that purpose alone. Okay, so now we got the Houston Texans going to Indy. Indy's a good team. They got an amazing offensive line, and this is a defense we got to give a lot of credit for. And I think they're coming off a bye week as well, too. They're better than Houston, I think. I'm going to go 4.5, even to 5. Just because I think they are. And Houston's coming off a good game against. They put a lot of effort in. I don't know if there's any sandwich spots for Houston, although I don't know if you can sandwich Houston, though. Sandwich means you look past a game because of the week before and after. Minnesota, Detroit. Detroit coming off a Monday night just devastating loss where they thought they should have come into play. But I don't think they're that bad of a team. I've been pro Detroit after the first couple 3 weeks. I thought they've come off to the season. But I think Minnesota's a bit better. Oh my God, Minnesota's a better team. But not by much. Not by much. Another road favorite. Not by much. I'm going to think Minnesota's going to be over that 3 number on Vegas, and I'm going to think they're a good bet. LA Chargers are in Tennessee. What do I think the line should be? Tennessee's a pretty decent team, and the Chargers are nothing good at all. I even think they're a little bit better. I'm going to go like this just because they're still San Diego to me. Seattle, Baltimore. And actually, it's kind of a neutral site game, so I think they deserve to be over that 3.5, at that 3.5 hook at least. Because LA Chargers can't bring fans to their stadium if their life depended on it. Baltimore is in Seattle. Seattle's a good team. Baltimore's pretty good too. Did Baltimore come off a bye week too? I'm gonna have to go 3. New Orleans is in Chicago. Chicago's a much more better, superior team. but not by much. New Orleans is playing better than I thought without Drew Brees. It's getting close to the point where I have to start looking at injury updates on Brees, but I don't think there's any chance he's playing this week. Philadelphia's in Dallas. I'm so down on Dallas. I mean, ever since they got off to that great start, okay, they're beating nobody. Now they're playing other teams. They're not winning. But I'm down on Philly too, though. It's a divisional game too, so I have to think you just go the safe three number there. And then Monday Night Football, New England. Oh my goodness, just oh wow. Okay. That's even too low. How am I ever giving a team a 22-point road favorite in the pro friggin' league? Man, this league is wacky. I've never ever done this other than maybe last week or with the last New England game or whatever, or that time when New England that 2 weeks ago in both there was two 21-point favorites. So it's the second time I've ever done it. Just sick. Now let's take a look at what the spreads are. Oh jeez. That's just sick how we can have a 20-point road favorite. What did Vegas put on this game? Okay, well they got Kansas City by 3. I got what did I put? I put 7. Are you giving Denver that much respect and Kansas City that much disrespect, or is it a Thursday night thing? Yeah, and you know what? If anything, I might have to adjust my line to like 5 or 6 on the Thursday night thing. Oh man, that's probably that's I would never ever take only 3 points with Denver in that spot. They got Jacksonville's a 3 point favorite. What do I got? I have it somewhere. I will remember looking at it. Did I not put the line in right here? I put the pick 'em in. Yeah, I know Cincinnati's bad, but they are at home. They are at home. I'm gonna be that might be a little off. There's no way I take the points there. Yep, 17 points for Buffalo. How do you not? Literally. I mean, I had 17 and a half. They have Rams by 3. I did Rams by 3.5, so that's pretty much right around the same number. Green Bay favored by 6. Really? That's it? Oh my goodness, that's under the hook. Or under that key 7 number. I mean, there are 3-2 Oakland, but I don't believe the Oakland Raiders, and I'm huge. I think Green Bay is the best team in the NFC. They're my pick. My prediction from the start of the year was New England versus Green Bay, and I'm not changing that by any means now. I mean, yeah, that's just way too low. Indianapolis only by 1. Wow, I think there's value there. I got to look more at that game, but I think they're better than Houston. I really, really do. I mean, Cody Brissett. I mean, he was trained by Tom Brady and Bill Belichick as it goes. I'm probably going to be looking to look for plays on Indianapolis, especially if the player pools are pro on that spot. I'll be looking. I mean, I think that's where the money is anyway for picks, but it's also for daily fantasy as well. Knowing the contrarian spots, Giants favored by only 3. I think that number's way too low. Again, I put in a bit lower. I put 6.5 in for that game, and the reason why I can remember 6.5 is because I can see it. You can't. San Francisco by 10. What did I put in? You might know because you might remember. I'm trying to find it. But I got put 10 in as well. So now we have Minnesota laying just 1. I have them laying just 1.5. So, right. Tennessee, you got laying 2. I got 3.5. So it's under that 3 number. Tennessee is not that bad overall. I mean, they're not great, but they're at home. You probably got to be looking between 3 to 3.5, I would think. But San Diego's. I said LA is not at home. Well, obviously, they're not at home. It's in Tennessee. Okay. But even still. Seattle, 3.5 point home favorites against Baltimore. That's like saying Seattle's just a little bit better. I said Seattle was 3. And you know what? That might be correct. I don't feel confident taking 3.5. They got Chicago as a 3 point home favorite against New Orleans. I think that number might be again, just a little bit low because I got 5. I mean, Trubisky sucks, and their kicking game sucks, and New Orleans is better coached. They got Alvin Kamara, and they got Thomas on offensive weapons, and they are 5-1. So I've probably been wrong with that 5-point spread. They got Dallas laying 3. That's what I do. What the heck is going on with only 9.5 here? 9.5 points only? That's it. I mean, really, I'll handicap this game right now on the covers perspective. What the heck? 9.5 only? Seriously? Sam Darnold, you're going to get your ass kicked against that. I've never seen a defense do what this defense has done all season long. But it's been the same case every team. They keep on playing junk opponents. Well, they got another junk opponent. The Jets are garbage. And just as I've never seen Miami, I'm trying to say, how bad is Miami? I can only research the first 2 years of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from books and videos on YouTube now, and well, they sounded really damn bad, but I don't know what's worse. Now we're trying to find out the best defensive team ever. But I still want to see the Patriots have some solid offensive quarterbacks. I mean, week 1, Ben Roethlisberger, I don't know if that was the real. I mean, Roethlisberger, I don't know with injuries and stuff how good he was that game. But we look back. Well, first of all, recent meetings, 30-14, 38-3. 27-13. I mean, they destroy them by double digits, 14 points every single time since 2017. The last 4 games have been. And how is this game going to be any frickin' different? Oh, man. Lately, 35-14 over the Giants. I almost want to use DraftKings points for the. I'm going to have to use DraftKings for defense for the best statistics. Actually, this is good too. 33-7. They only beat Buffalo 16-10. Buffalo's a legitimate opponent, though. They beat the Jets 30-14. And that might have been a letdown win, too. And those were garbage touchdowns at the end. I'm pretty sure of it. I'll look in a bit. Miami, I mean, whatever. Miami's just garbage. 43-0. And then they beat Pittsburgh 33-3. And this is preseason. I don't give a shit about the preseason. The Jets, they beat Dallas. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's a bad spot for them. I got to take a look at Sam Darnold, but I mean, I know Darnold's back in the lineup, and the Jets' it doesn't matter if it's pretty good. I'm also going to want to take a look at what Brady dink and dunked in that game as well, too. Okay, so we'll look at some box scores next after this. But it is a good defensive team, but man, the Jets are garbage. And the Patriots' defense. All right, so New England's averaging 5.7 yards a play. The defense is averaging 5.6. Okay, that's whatever. Jets are averaging 4.3, and then the defense is 4.5. And I know there's a lot of non-Darnold games, so you can only look at the New York Jets offense with a grain of salt. But again, with this defense, who are the defensive quarterbacks that they've played? New England. Okay, a rookie quarterback who I think is the next Peyton Manning. Washington had a garbage quarterback. I think it was Colt McCoy or something. Buffalo, Josh Allen, you'll see. The Jets' backup quarterback, Miami, garbage. And again, I don't know about Pittsburgh. But again, Sam Darnold, I'm not big on Sam Darnold. Let's just wait. I mean, it's going to be a long wait before we see real quarterbacks play them. Patrick Mahomes will have to play them sometime this year. But anyway, we got rushing. New England's not running the ball well, and the Jets are defending it. What I really got to take a look at is how I got to look probably at game footage at this. Look at some previous Jets box scores. How are the Jets defending the dink and dunk passes? Because that's what New England is doing all over town. Jets can't run the ball, and the New England defense against the And as far as taking them with a grain of salt, we're talking passing stats. So rushing stats too much. I'm not taking the rushing stats for the Jets with a grain of salt. They're getting 64 freaking yards a game, and they're allowing 73. And a 4.2 is a respectful average on defense, and a 3.1 is a very disrespectful number on offense. Let's look at the passing stats. New England averaging 284 yards, Jets 264. QB rating 94 to 84. Quarterback percentage. This will give me a 63%. That's pretty average. Yards of completion 11. So the Jets aren't only 0.8% interceptions, 1.4 sacks. The Jets are not getting at the quarterback. They're not turning the ball over via the interception. Tom Brady is a very safe quarterback. I'm going to be again looking for the prop on no one. No, I'm not doing that. Brady has been really wild actually. He's good for one interception a game it seems nowadays. But anyway, 161 passing yards. I've never seen that before. I don't know how we can sustain it, but it's not like. But we're sustaining the spots every week playing shitty frickin' teams. I don't care if it's on the road right now, especially on a Monday night. And the Patriots practically have a bye week. They played Thursday night to a Monday night. 18 of 35 for 53%. That's what other teams are doing. Other shitty quarterbacks are doing. So now we add another one in. I mean, how is it going to get any different? I mean, I'm not going to use these numbers when we got someone like Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson even, and any of the other top quarterbacks. But even the top quarterbacks like Matt Ryan and Philip Rivers, you still wouldn't be surprised if they struggle. 4.2 sacks a game. New England is averaging, and the offensive line looks like garbage to me on the Jets. I know maybe Darnold might make it down to 3.8, but even that's a garbage number. 2.3 interceptions. Okay, they haven't thrown too many picks at 0.8. That's a fair number on offense, but 2.3 is a sick number. And the opposing QB rating of 39.5. So that's just too much. How about some other quick statistics? On third down, New England is 40%. The Jets are 20.9%. New England is 13 point. I mean, these are just sick. And I told myself in the last couple of weeks I'm not going to be betting these spreads. However, I did come out on the Sunday and mention Ross Benjamin, someone I really, really. There's only 4 or 5 guys, if that, on the internet, where if I'm going to listen to the stuff they're going to say as far as sports, well, he's one of them. And I would trust Ross Benjamin in pro hockey and either college or pro football. And he gave 3 picks. One I was too late on, which one. One which I took, which was a winner, and then one I didn't listen. I didn't play. I listened to it. It was St. Louis under the or L.A. Rams under the total, but I didn't play that. Spread was and the price was not what I liked. Anyway, how does this not become a blowout? I thought the spread should have been 22. Wow. You know what I might do? I mean, I'm up 12%. I could just stick a wager on New England laying the points. That's just, I mean, it's not going to go down. Let me just take a look at what my number is. Let's go to CloudBet. Let's just, I mean, really? Only have to lay 8.5 freaking points. It's minus 114, but even these alternate points, I mean, I can, this is what I look at too. I mean, I could go close. I could lay 9.5 and minus 105. Any specials yet? No. How's the first half stats on this too? Plus, I got all those box scores I want to look at. This is a long video now. I didn't plan on handicapping this game. Okay, what's the first half in all those? I don't usually look too much at first half and second half. Where's H1 and H2? Anyway, I got a good idea on how to look at halftime lines anyway. First half spread. I'm getting even odds on -6.5, better than even odds on 6.5. I mean, that to me that's low. I think that's low. Second half spread. You know what? After that game against where they led backdoor touchdowns, I don't want to touch any second half spread number. First quarter spread. -3 is +117. -2.5 is -107. I think there's a lot of value there. Nothing there. First half winner, money line. I don't want to play any money lines on those juice. I don't want to really play the total. Seven and a half for the first half. I'll probably both do a first half and full game. That's all I can see right now. I'll probably do first half. Probably the first half -6.5 and the full game -9.5 is what I'm looking at for what I want to do. Even I mean nine's such an unlikely event, but the 2-point conversion is and all the missed kicks. Those key threes and sevens aren't as big as they used to be. Total points for just in the first quarter. A shutout. Okay. That's an even odd. Will they get shut in the first quarter? That's an interesting prop. That's an interesting prop. It's hard to score in the first quarter. That's not looking at any of that. I'm really total points for New England in the first half, first quarter. Okay, let's now look at those box scores that I wanted to look at. First off, the last game, Jets and New England. Okay, so Brady was 28 of 42, 306, 2 touchdowns, didn't throw a pick. So what did the Edelman? 7 of 10 for 62 and a touchdown, and then the short game, Bolden 2 of 21, Burkhead 6 of 22. Where's my buddy? Did he not play this game? And he wasn't even playing, so now you got James White. Yeah, he was out that game. Le'Veon Bell, 4 of 28, but that wasn't able to do anything. Oh, that was running. I'm looking at running the ball. 18 of 35. I mean, this... Okay, in the Dallas Jets game, I brought that one up too. That's to see what Darnold did in the team last week. Darnold, 22 of 32 for 338, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Le'Veon Bell, 14 of 50. Dallas is at the... it's a different team here, buddy. It's probably should look at this in here. This is a better place to look at players. And then this box score here. Actually, no, it's not it. Give me a second. And what I was looking for, I couldn't find, so. How did he do in this first game against Buffalo? 28 of 41, 68%. 84 QB rating. 175 passing yards only. In his rookie year, 17 touchdowns. How many picks did he throw? Even 17 touchdowns. I mean, that's just not many for 14 or for 13 starts. Yards a game. Did he get anywhere over 225? That's a bad number too. No, he got 220. So I have no signs yet of him. Oh, Darnold, this early first round pick is going to be good, and he's going to be good on Monday night against that New England defense. Screw that. 34 minutes and change. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. But there you go. There's my handicapping of the NFL. That's how I do it. There's not much more I need to really go after. So I guess game footage, but I mean, there's no game footage that's going to stream me out off of this pick. I don't think. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.